Hello everyone, my name is Neharika Jain and I am from the Media and Public Relations Committee of IIM Raipur. We have with us our esteemed guest, Mr. Rakesh Singhania, Chief Financial Officer at Wells Fargo, India. He has agreed to grace us for the third Leadership Summit. Sir, welcome sir to IIM Raipur.
Thank you very much.
Sir, so first I would like to ask you, how has your experience being at IIM Raipur been so far?
Well, this is my second visit to IIM Raipur. I was here about 6 months ago in some discussion. Um, I love the campus. It's a beautiful campus here. I haven't been to your old campus, but this campus is absolutely fabulous. And I had a great time in interacting with your students the first time when I was here. It was a panel discussion again, and the sort of questions which were asked, I thought the students were extremely well involved in the discussions, pretty well aware of what's going on in their surroundings. And today it's been fabulous, and you guys have put up a huge show. Kudos to you and the faculty who have helped you to do this. And you had a great outcome here. A lot of people, a lot of students, and I've heard about 30 odd leaders will be coming and presenting. So that's a great achievement.
Thank you so much, sir. So the next question I would like to ask you is, how traditional banks adapting to the changing industry trends like artificial intelligence these days?
So artificial intelligence has become literally the core for most of the banks. The reason is that to understand how consumers behave, how some of the verticals are behaving, how your products are doing, which helps you to understand or do some sort of a modeling to predict, because the world is very uncertain, and specifically we bank in the US, where your interest rate scenarios keep changing, and the world has become so dynamic from business perspective as well, that use of artificial intelligence, and if I may say all the emerging technologies like your data and automation and all that has brought about a lot of insights to us to understand how our consumers behave, what products work, and how we should be dealing with the customers as well. I'll give you another example is in terms of call center technology. As younger people like you are moving away from the call centers and moving more into the digital space itself, a whole lot of data is helping us to understand how customers are behaving and what are their likes and dislikes, which can help us to bring products closer to the customers.
Thank you, sir. Next I would like to ask you, how necessary has it become for banks these days to integrate technology into operations because of the fintech industry that's coming up and a stiff competition that they have brought along with them?
So it's actually technology and operations is what we call a tech ops scenario. In our cases, there were times when the technology used to sit separately from the business. Now technology is pretty much part of the business. The business may come up with a lot of requirements, say this is what we want, and sometimes through technology you are able to give a much better product or an outcome to the businesses so that they can reach the customers far better. So in a way, I think those are getting integrated to a large extent. The operations people also need to understand technology, and the technology people also need to understand the business domain much more than ever before.
So lastly, I would like to ask, so you've been interacting with fresh MBA graduates there and thereafter. So what is one advice you would want to give our students so that they know what is expected of them in the corporate ecosystem of today?
So a couple of things which I would tell, I think people need to do is work pretty hard because that's very, very important. Be aware of what's happening in your surroundings. That helps you to understand the ecosystem. And never be afraid of trying out new things. You must have heard in some of the discussions earlier where people were saying that you need to be innovative, which also means you need to be able to experiment with the new things. So experiment them, experience them, and be open in your mind frame at all points of time.
Thanks a lot, sir. I think your valuable lessons would really help our students. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and all the very best for you guys.
Thank you, sir.